Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Maisie and today I'm going to be showing you all of my trailing plants. I've actually been talking about my trailing plants quite a lot recently, so I thought I would make a video just for them. I think I've only got about 10, but I do like to see how my collection changes over time, so I've lost my train of thought, but anyway, let's just get into it. If you do like this video, please give it a like and enjoy the video. First of all, let's just start with this one. I just want to kind of get her out the way. I've been talking words. I've been talking about this one. It feels like in every video, but I'm just going to quickly talk about her now. And that is my Philodendron Scandins, my heart leaf. Or, no, it's not Scandins, it's Heteroecium. My Philodendron Heteroecium. Look at these leaves, look how stunning they are. Sorry. Look how stunning these leaves are. This is actually just getting over thrips. I think they're all gone, which is why she went through quite a bit of a rough journey, which I have briefly talked about. She's actually done so well these last 6 months, I would say. She was such a tiny plant for such a long time, and I mean, honestly, she does get neglected, so she definitely needs a repot. She needs to be further in the pot because she's literally hanging on by this. Like, this is gonna snap off. Oh, wait, yeah, that's like, oh dear, that's a whole chunk of a vine, so I really need to sort this out. But yes, she's looking so full, and I mean, she was looking fuller a few months ago before the thrips, but even now she's pushing out new leaves and she's looking so gorgeous. This plant is one of my easiest plants. This was in my 10 perfect plants for beginners videos, I think it was called. So I do definitely recommend this. This just sits on my south-facing window, and she's so easy to care for, and I just can't wait for her to get so big and bushy. Don't ask me where I'm going to put this, but hey. Hi, what you doing? Come here and say hello. Oh, look at this beautiful face. Say hello. Good boy. Oh, my baby, I just love you. Oh, it's so sunny out, isn't it? Oh my gosh, you're so fat. Okay. Leave it. Okay, what was I saying? Such an easy plant. One of my first trailing plants. Had this for about 3 or 4 years. And she continues to do well. Okay, that's all I've got to say. Okay, this one I haven't talked about in a while. Kyra, what are you doing? Okay, so my Senecio Aurelianus, or string of pearls. Oh, facing wrong way. There we go. He's just smelling. What is it, boy? You can't have this. Okay. Again, I've had this for a long while, a couple years I think, and it's grown so much. It lives on my south-facing window, absolutely thrives. I think this can be tricky, but I've just had no trouble with it. I think the watering is maybe what puts people off, but if you just feel the pearls, and if they're solid and hard, like I'm feeling them now, and they're giving away, like, and you can see they're just slightly shriveled, so that needs a water. But if they're solid and they're firm, they're hard, you don't need to give this a water. So yes, this just continues to do well. She's such an easy plant for me, and she just looks like a bowl of hair, or a bowl of, I don't know what she does look like, but I just think she's such a cool plant, and maybe a little bit underrated. Oh, let's go in here. Okay, another one that I seem to just be talking about all the time lately is my Hoya Croniana Super Silver. I'm obsessed with this plant lately. I just did not think I would love this plant as much. As you could see, it lives in my cabinet. And look how beautiful these leaves are. They just shimmer and shine. They're so silver. And like I have said recently, this has bloomed a couple times for me, which was the most exciting thing ever. The blooms were so beautiful. You get all these different kinds of varieties of leaves. And I mean, before she lived in my cabinet, she lived on my south-facing window, and even then she was just so easy. I think any condition, she's just easy, and she's so easy to tell also when she needs a water. Like maybe she's beginning to need a water because the pot is pretty light. Again, also just feel the leaves, and they're beginning to feel a little bit soft, a little bit thirsty. So I'll go ahead and do that a little bit later. Yeah, I got this plant as a little baby plant. Maybe at the start of the year, so like 7 months ago. Very much April, May, June, July, August. 8 months ago. And yeah, she's just grown so quickly. She gives me these beautiful leaves, and I definitely recommend her. Again, this was in my 10 perfect plants for beginners video, so I will link it on the screen if you want screen if you want to go see that. But the next one on the list is my Pothos. She's actually starting to trail down and look how I've been wanting her to look for as long as I've had her, which is probably about 2 years, I would say, which is actually a very long time for this plant to be looking like this. Yeah, I've just not had the easiest time with her. She's been living on my south-facing window for, well, pretty much all her life, and I've not long just moved her to the top of my cabinet where she gets like minimal light, not really hardly any, and she's starting to do a bit better. And I'm even getting more variegation. Look at that leaf. It is really, really pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that one, it's beautiful. Oh, I've got a new little leaf just here starting to unfurl. Hardly any variegation, but that's okay. Oh, I have this whole new vine. So yeah, I don't really have a lot else to say about this plant. I don't really do a lot to her. I maybe do neglect her a tiny bit. Well, a lot. I water her every couple of weeks, honestly. She actually retains a lot of moisture in this pot, even though she does need a repot. She's been in this pot for quite a while now. So yes, that's all I'm going to say about her. I'm glad that she's finally taking off for me. Well, you know, I don't know what she's doing. I hope that she's taking off. But we'll see in another year or so. Okay, let's do... Okay, so I've got some more string of plants. Again, I've been talking about a lot recently. And I wish I did this video before I chopped her. Look how tiny she is now. My, what is the scientific name for this? Woodii? Something like that? Oh no, that's a string of hearts. I'm not entirely sure what this one is, but this is just string of spades. And I'm really loving this plant lately. And look how big these leaves are. I mean, like, compared to the actual plant itself, it's big. Normally you just kind of get these leaves, which are tiny. And I'm getting these leaves, which compared is obviously quite big. I would say this is one of my favourite plants, which I didn't think I'd ever say because it's very plain. It's like so common and so simple. But I'm having a really fun time growing her, and she's pushed out these 2 little vines, which is just so cute. So and like I said, I've taken a bunch of cuttings, so I'm going to pop them back in, and I'm going to have a big full lush, hopefully, plant of this soon, hopefully soon. Again, so easy. I think the string of plants put people off a little bit. I don't know. I think that's just what I've heard a few times because of the watering, but I think if you keep on top of it and not let them totally dry out as seems to be the care for this plant. No, I definitely wouldn't recommend that. I'd say try and water before that point, because if you want these big leaves, I credit that all to the watering just at the right time, which obviously took me a little while to to know, to like get the hang of first. And I didn't even actually, this wasn't even a plant that I wanted or brought. I brought a string of hearts and I got a string of spades instead. I think actually I got this as well as string of hearts, so I got an extra free plant, which is obviously great, not going to complain. And I'm very glad that I did get this, because I don't think it's a plant I ever would have like picked up for myself. I don't know. Because I never really see these around. I mean, obviously they're in garden centres, but I really don't see these around like online anymore. So I wouldn't really feel the need to, you know, this is not like a rare plant, but even, it just shows even the common ones and the really simple looking ones are just great growers. Great growers, I like that. So yes. And also, she just lives at the top of my cabinet here, and she gets, well, I've said this so many times, but she gets the light from inside of the cabinet, and she does obviously really well with that. She also lived on my south-facing window and loved that as well, so. Okay, another plant with pretty much the same care, and another string of a plant, is my string of heart. Oh my gosh, look how long, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. She's actually growing so much. Okay, I think this is the Woody Eye. Not sure though, I get mixed up. This definitely needs a repot. Isn't this tiny little pot? But look how long she is and beautiful. I'm really, really glad that I have this plant. I think this is the Silver Glory one. I think the string, did I even say this is a string of hearts? This is a string of hearts, Silver Glory, I think. It's got these oh, you can't really see properly, but these beautiful purple backs and these really silver leaves. And again, I've managed to get the bigger leaves than, wow, look how beautiful that leaf is. Anyway, I've managed to get this slightly bigger leaves because I've been keeping on top of watering, although I do have to water quite frequently with this plant, obviously because she's in such a tiny plant pot. And again, she's had pretty much the same life as my string of spades. She's lived on my south-facing window, loved that. Now she's living on my cabinet, and she's been loving life on there. So I would have liked to have seen how she would be doing if she was still living on my window. I wonder if she'd be as long, but maybe she appreciates a little bit of less light, because obviously she just gets the grow lights from inside the cabinet, but that's like at the end of the day, so she's definitely not getting as much light. But she clearly doesn't mind being in this tiny pot. But yes, I love her. She, again, is a simple, common plant. You can pick these up anywhere. Nearly finished, 1 second. It took me a little while to get the hang of this plant. This is actually my second plant, I think. I brought a whole pot of string of hearts, and it was so beautiful. I had such big leaves, and well, I killed it basically, like immediately. I think I already had a couple cuttings of this plant, literally just a couple end cuttings like that that I got online. And so I grew this plant really just from like 2 or 3 little cuttings, which I'm really pleased of because she's doing really well now. And yes, once I repot her, I will continue to take more cuttings so I can get this really full. Okay, the next one, I'm not entirely sure if this counts because it's not a full long, oh my gosh, it's dripping. It's not a full long trailing plant, but I mean it will. No, it's got drips. No. Anyway, I'll just show her because soon she will be. Well, I've been saying that for like 2 years. I've had this plant I think about 1 year and 6 months, something like that, maybe longer, I don't know, but this is how she's looking, and I've just found out that she's got thrips, of course. This plant, I've always struggled with this plant. This would be in the plants that I struggle with video, if I ever make one, which I am. Oh no, you're kidding, the new leaf has shriveled and died off. I got this as, well, pretty much how it looks, honestly. A very small little cutting, and I've had a lot of setbacks with this plant. It's died back and I've only had like 1 leaf, and then it started to grow, and then I don't know, something happened, and I mean it was starting to grow now, and now it's got thrips. It's so annoying. But hopefully I will look back in another 5 years and she might have been trailing by then, but she lived in my cabinet. She doesn't do any better, honestly, but I just thought I'd show you because I wish this plant could be such a nice trailing plant, because it could be so beautiful. But that's all really I have to say. Okay, so I think this is the 8th one on my list, and that is my adorable little monkey tail cactus. Again, it's not like a big trailing plant yet, but I mean, it kind of is. It's trailing over, and it's really growing, which is really exciting. I haven't talked about this plant in a little while, so I thought I could use this as an opportunity to show how it's doing. I've got these little 3 pups down at the bottom, and I am so excited. So if you don't know, this monkey tail cactus it looks, you know, like a regular cactus, but it's actually so fuzzy. Yeah, they're just so soft, and that is why I wanted this plant. It's just so unusual, and it just looks so cool. I just love the way that they hang down. I've never seen anything like this, really. This is like no other cactus that I've seen. And now that I've got these 3 little babies, I cannot wait to watch them grow, and hopefully they start trailing as well. This is actually a pretty fastish grower. It lives on my window, it loves the light, and I mean, like, oh my word, look at these roots. Do you see those roots? Oh my word, wow. Yeah, this could actually do with the water, but I just kind of wing it with the water, to be honest. I say this is a pretty easy plant because I really don't do much with it. I probably water it like every week and a half, something like that, and yeah, it just grows really well. It's grown so much from when I first brought it, and I'm really loving her. They are quite hard to find, and I've been wanting this plant for such a long time, and I managed to find a cheap, well, you know, fairly cheap, which I'm really pleased about. So I think you just have to really search for these plants, but if you can find one, they are just absolutely great, and I love this plant. Then the 9th plant, I'm actually just going to put it on the screen because it's very big. It's kind of a pain to show, and that is my Hoya Crimson Queen, or Albo Marginata. I finally hung it up, and it looked absolutely amazing. I've had this plant probably coming up for a year, maybe, I'd say. I'm not 100% sure. I'll try and find a little picture or a video because I would love for you to see just how small it was. Even just a few months ago, it was so much smaller, and I cannot believe how fast it has grown. I'm actually going to take some cuttings and hopefully do a little trade. I just love this plant. It's been like a dream plant of mine for ages, and it's finally starting to like fulfill my dream. It's got some really nice variegation. I love all the different kinds of leaves, and I've got this little cluster of white leaves as well, which just looks really cool. And the new leaves, they come in pink. I've just got so many vines everywhere. Yeah, this plant I just love. It's absolutely amazing, and it's just one of my easiest. Again, this was in my my easiest plants video that I just did. Oh my word, I can't remember if I already told you this, but it's actually got some peduncles. It's going to bloom. I'm literally so excited. I check on that every day. I just cannot wait for them to, yeah, I'm so excited. I'd absolutely love to see this plant bloom. I've been so careful with the little peduncles because they can just drop off or just die off. It looks like I'm going to get a few blooms as well, so I'm really excited about that. But yes, one of my favourite plants, and one of my favourite trailing plants as well, and I really love her. She just She just looks amazing trailing down, honestly. And then the last plant on my list is my Philodendron Micans. Again, I'm just going to put the video on the screen. This is probably one of my longest trailing plants, probably next to my Crimson Queen. I've had this plant a little while and it's gone through a little bit of a journey. She did used to live on my window in here, but she just wasn't looking very happy. Later I found out it was actually thrips. So she now lives in the other room. I'd say she's like fairly easy when you keep on top of watering, when she doesn't have pests. I think it's taken me a little while to get the hang of her, but definitely keep on top of watering because she definitely does not appreciate it when she doesn't get watered in time. I haven't really got a lot else to say about that plant, to be honest, as I talk about her quite a lot, other than she really is beautiful when she is healthy. I've got some really beautiful leaves, and I mean, she honestly kind of is the perfect trailing plant. If you like the velvety philodendrons and you want a trailing plant, it's just kind of perfect. And yeah, she is beautiful. Okay, and that is all of my trailing plants. I have got my Monstera and Sonii, but that's not really trailing yet, so I didn't include that in this video. But yes, that is all the plants, the trailing plants that I have at the moment. Hopefully I'll get some more. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I can never do outros. Bye.